Welcome to another Red Hunt video. Story 1. Am I the antagonist for being mad that my stepdaughter will inherit our house? My husband, 65, and I, 47, have shared a marriage for 10 years. The topic of wills and inheritance arose after my husband's retirement celebration. To my surprise, he revealed that he intends to leave a marital home to his daughter, 30, in his will. This revelation left me feeling deeply shocked and unprepared. Given a notable age difference, it's likely that I will outlive my husband by many years, potentially leading to spending my later decades alone. Understandably, I was upset and also frustrated to learn that I may be forced to leave our home following my husband's passing, potentially rendering me homeless. In response, my husband explained that the house originally belonged to his late wife, who had inherited it from her parents. He believed it was only fair to pass it on to their daughter. I countered by pointing out that the house is now his, and as his spouse, I have a rightful claim to our marital home. The idea of being evicted after investing substantial time and effort into decorating and personalizing the house felt unjust. Additionally, my concern stemmed from being a homemaker with no other place to go. I felt he had a responsibility to ensure my financial security after his passing. He argued that leaving the house to me would be unfair to his late wife and their daughter, as his late wife never had the chance to make her own will. She unexpectedly passed away at a young age, and according to inheritance laws, my husband inherited the house. He assured me that I am the sole beneficiary of his life insurance, and that his savings will be divided equally between me and his daughter. Nonetheless, I doubted whether this financial provision would be sufficient for me to sustain myself through the remainder of my life, particularly considering my husband's plans for luxurious retirement experiences. Regrettably, our disagreement escalated into a heated argument, with both of us raising our voices. I expressed my belief that he was treating me unfairly, especially in light of the sacrifices I had made by giving up my job and career to manage our household. I believed I deserved compensation for my contributions. He countered that my decision to become a housewife was voluntary, and that he's offering a reasonable inheritance. If I'm dissatisfied, he suggested I return to work. I protested, revealing that I had not anticipated this outcome, and that returning to work after over a decade would be a challenge. I accused him of leaving me in a difficult situation, and criticized him for not acknowledging my role in our family. Tempers flared, and in my frustration and tears, I accused him of cruelty, and retreated to the guest room. So, in this scenario, am I wrong for desiring to inherit the house, should my husband pass away before me? The clash between your expectations and his intentions has led to an escalated argument, with both of you expressing strong emotions. It's evident that communication is crucial in resolving this matter. Finding a middle ground that considers your emotional and financial needs while respecting his desire to honor his late wife's memory and provide for his daughter is a challenging but necessary task. Ultimately, whether you're wrong for desiring to inherit the house is subjective. Your feelings and concerns are valid and understandable, as are his reasons for wanting to pass it on to his daughter. In these complex situations, open and empathetic communication, possibly even seeking advice from a neutral third party or a legal professional, can help both of you navigate the decision-making process and reach an outcome that takes into account both your emotional and practical needs. You had housekeepers and cleaners, and it sounds like you didn't raise his adult daughter, so without some concrete contributions, it's unclear what you've been doing for 10 years. Housewife who does no housework and is apparently not raising any children either. Is it really a marital home if you didn't acquire the property after marriage? Sounds like it's his late wife's house, now his, and you never had much of a claim to it anyway. Especially if he can leave his house to his daughter, and you have no say in the matter. You're the antagonist. Story 2. Am I the antagonist for causing my siblings to lose massive amounts of money when they need it most? This situation is quite messy, and I find myself wavering between feeling justified and feeling plainly wrong. My relationship with my siblings has always been strained. We maintain minimal contact or none at all. Unlike me, they struggle financially, barely making minimum wage or relying on their spouses. When our parents were in their final years, I was the only one capable of providing help. I took care of their expenses and ensured their comfort. Although my siblings occasionally visited, they made no contributions towards our parents' care. I also covered the house's taxes and maintenance. We briefly acknowledged the existence of our parents' wills, but never delved into details. Upon our dad's passing, he left everything to our mom. When she also passed away, I was taken aback. I had assumed that the estate would be evenly distributed amongst us children. However, the majority of the estate, primarily tied up in the house, was given to my siblings. I received only a small share, 5%, in their house. In a letter addressed to me, Mom expressed gratitude for my care and explained that my share was limited because I seemed to have no pressing financial needs, unlike my struggling siblings who required more support. The initial shock evolved into a profound sense of hurt, considering how much I had done for our parents compared to the rest. Almost immediately, my siblings suggested selling the house to access funds. I'm not sure about its market value, but it's assessed at around $750,000 for taxes. My siblings are now imploring me to consent to the sale or to buy them out, as they cannot afford their share of taxes, including impending estate taxes and upkeep expenses. Additionally, they're unable to purchase my share from me. While I've been doing well financially even before the meager inheritance, they're desperate to move out of their apartments, cover their children's orthodontic costs, or handle various financial challenges. One even mentioned struggling with his wife's failing car and the inability to afford a replacement. My wife empathizes with my hurt, but she believes I might be taking things too far. My siblings oscillate between pleading and using harsh language toward me. In the end, it's difficult to make a definitive judgment. The situation is complex, and while my feelings of hurt and injustice are valid, the perspectives of others may also carry some weight. Your wife is empathetic to your hurt, but suggests that your response might be excessive given the circumstances. On the other hand, your siblings' reactions range from pleas to harsh words, reflecting the intensity of emotions within the family. In this situation, it's important to consider the multiple perspectives at play. Your feelings of hurt and injustice are valid, but it's also clear that your siblings are struggling financially and have genuine needs. Finding a balance between honoring your emotional response and addressing their practical needs is a delicate task. Open and empathetic communication could lead to a resolution that acknowledges your contributions, while also considering the challenges your siblings face. Ultimately, it's a complex matter that requires careful consideration and understanding from all parties involved. It's understandable that you're upset about the inheritance arrangement your mom made, and you might even think your siblings don't deserve their share. However, deliberately choosing to hold on to the property just to burden them with taxes, instead of opting for a clean cash out, is petty. Your resentment should be directed at your mom for her decisions, not towards your siblings. What's your strategy moving forward? If your goal is to continue living there, you'll either need to pay them rent or buy them out. Given that the majority, 95% of the house's owners, want to sell, it's likely they'll succeed, but it will come with a lot of negativity. While your mom's gratitude seems lacking considering your efforts, it's not your siblings' fault. They are in need of the money, and you're aware of this fact. You are the asshole. While your feelings of hurt are understandable, it's important to acknowledge that your siblings aren't to blame for your mom's decisions. Their financial need is evident, and despite your anger, it's crucial to respect your mom's wishes and allow them to proceed with selling the house.